Hey everyone and welcome back. If you have been following along, you know we have already captured the what and why behind the L values and R values and the incredible power of move semantics. Today we are going to dive into live on demonstration like how it works.
This class is designed to simulate an object that manages a dynamically allocated resource, a std string in this case. The std cout statements in each spatial member function are crucial for observing when each operation occurs. So data and size, the resource class holds a pointer data to std string on the heap. This makes it a resource owning class, which is where copy and move semantics become critical. Constructor, it allocates new memory for the string. Copy constructor and copy assignment operator, it performs a deep copy. They allocate new memory and then copy the contents of other objects' data. This ensures two independent resource objects. Move constructor and move assignment operator. So it performs a shallow copy of the pointer and then nullify the other object's pointer. This steals the resource from other, making it very efficient as no new memory allocation or data copying is needed. So here is destructor. Destructor is responsible for freeing the dynamically allocated memory pointed to by data. It checks if data is null pointer to avoid double deletion or dereferencing a null pointer if the resource has been moved. Now we have few helper function. Create resource. This function returns a resource object by value. The returned object is a temporary unnamed object, making it an R value. This is a prime candidate for move semantics. Process L value. So this function takes an L value reference. It can only bind to L values. Process R value. So this function takes an R value reference. It can only bind to R values. Here is the template. So the template function employs a forwarding reference that can accept both L value and R value argument. When an L value is passed, template argument deduction makes T an L value reference type. When an R value is passed, template argument deduction makes T a value type. Now
Let's move to main. The declaration resource 1 and resource 2 create named variable instance that occupy distinct memory location, classifying them as L value due to their addressable nature and persistent scope. The function call create resource temporary produce an R value return, which is subsequently utilized to initialize resource 3. Since this represents initialization from a temporary object, the move constructor is invoked to efficiently transfer ownership rather than performing an expensive copy operation. The expression resource array temp generates a temporary resource instance classified as an R value. The move constructor is again triggered to initialize resource 4. Let's move down. So here copy target, this statement is used to create the initial object. Now this copy target equal to resource 1, it triggers the copy assignment operator since resource 1 represents an L value. This operation destroys copy target's existing resource and allocates new memory for a deep copy of resource 1 data. So, in this statement, this line calls the copy constructor because resource 2 is an L value, resulting in the creation of new object containing a complete duplication of resource 2 data. Let's move down. So here this line triggers the constructor to establish the initial object, and here this invokes the move assignment operator by casting the L value resource 3 to an R value reference via std move. This operation deallocates move targets original resource and transfer ownership of resource 3 data, leaving resource 3 in a valid but empty state with a null data pointer. And here it calls the move constructor. Since create resource move data produces an R value return, the moved object is directly initialized by taking ownership of temporary object resources. Let's move down. So here it invokes the constructor to create the source object. And here resource moved from equal to std move original. What it does, it utilizes std move to convert the L value original into an R value reference, triggering the move constructor for moved from. This constructor transfers ownership of the resource from original to moved from, leaving original in a valid but empty state with its data pointer set to null pointer. Let's move down, and here perfect res, it triggers the constructor to create the named object, and this function it forwards as L value, and this function it forwards as a R value. I hope this deep dive has helped clarify these essential concepts for you. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more C++ insights. Thank you.